Hey y'all, welcome back. How many of you are decorating your home in the Ralph Lauren Christmas style this year? I will show you how to create these Christmas projects that will go perfectly with your design this year. I've had these boxes for years and I've decided I'd like to change them up, so I'm going to make them into Christmas decor. I'm starting off by painting over the words, the darker parts, so that when I do my next layer of paint, it will cover it all really nice. Since I'm doing a transfer, I'm going to cover with this gloss varnish so that my transfer will stick. You may have noticed that I'm wearing my cozy Christmas pajamas so that I can get into the Christmas spirit. So let's pick out our transfers. This is the Yuletide transfer book by IOD. I saw this wreath with the blue and the red in it and thought it would be perfect for our Christmas decor boxes. I also will be picking out some holly and berry leaves. The next book is the Crimson Velvet, and we will be picking out the antlers, the big set with the holly and berries. I had a bit of trouble putting down this transfer. I must have missed a few spots with the varnish, so I was stressed out, so I turned the camera off because I did not want to mess up this project. So after I got it completely done, I went downstairs outside and sprayed it with the clear coat by Rust-Oleum spray paint, and luckily I was able to save this project. And I went ahead and sprayed the other box as well. This is what I used just so that I wouldn't have any trouble going forward. And so I cut out the holly and berries and put that on the front flap of each one of the boxes. And then you will see me work on the next box. I laid out the transfer on top of the box, and I realized that it was a bigger box, so it needed a little more transfers. So I go into the Santa's Hollow and pick out some of the holly and berries from that book. This next project is going to be 3 ornaments. I already had 2 of those made, and I just need to make this one more. I'm going to do the oval, and I will need to put in a hook for it, and you'll see me a little bit off camera doing that. I apologize. I forget how I work close to my body, and I forget about the camera. So you can see me a little bit. I poke a hole with this little device, and that helps me start the screw hook into that. I add a little glue, and then it will hold it really good. I will show you the ornament hooks that I used in a minute. You'll see the other ornaments come out here, and the deer that I will be using on these ornaments I made a couple years ago, and I never ended up using it for a project, so I already had these on hand, and you can see a little bit of yellowing that happened where they sat out in the air. These deer come from the Jingle mold by IOD. I found these images on freepik.com, and I was able to download 3 of them before it asked me to make an account, and then there would be a charge. So I will link that down below in case you haven't been able to do that yet, and you can find some tartan images like I did. This ornament was easy to decoupage because I had like a border all the way around it, and it was able to go down very smooth. However, the other 2 was very difficult to do, but it ended up looking good in the end, so I was happy with it. It just took a little bit more time because it was a curved surface that I had to bend the paper over, so keep that in mind that it is just a tiny bit more difficult. I waited for the glue to dry on the front, so I was able to cut off the excess paper because we will be decoupaging the same paper images on the back side. So I need it to be flat, and I will glue this down first before I do put on the back side image. While those dry, I will be painting the deer and the oval frame gold. After we have sanded the edges, we will now put Mod Podge on the back of each one of the ornaments, and then I will trim out the edges in gold paint. We have to customize the deer to fit on the ornaments, so that is what I'm doing now. I am trying to trace. I ended up having to cut exactly where I wanted to shorten it down. And I take a heat gun so it'll make it easier for slicing it. And I end up using scissors in the end. So now that we've got it cut, I need to take this heat gun so that I can move around the antlers and make it conform to the place that I want it to go. I don't want the antlers to stick out from the ornament because it could get snagged on something and cause it to break off. We will let them cool off and then they'll be ready to be glued on. I thought it'd be really cute if Santa was holding one of these ornaments, so I ended up trying them all, and I loved it so much that I left them there and did not put them on the tree. This next project is really easy and simple to make. I get the Santa and tree out of the Santa's Hollow transfer book, and I have a frame that I purchased at a estate sale for like $3, and I make an art piece out of it. If you remember the Holy Family framed art that I made a few weeks ago, I used that same image that I purchased from Etsy, and I used it as a background. I put the Bethlehem star right in between the tree and Santa's head, and with the blue sky and the stars in the background, it looks like snow is falling around Santa. I love this project so much. By the way, all of the products that I use will be listed down below. Here are all the projects we did in this video. Please comment down below which one was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great evening. See you next time.